back in the 90s, I developed a constitution that I thought the UN might someday adopt, which is an agreement amongst all countries to say, if we think we're getting close to building this thing, we got to let the rest of the world know. We got to be super transparent. We've got to let people know. We've had signposts that are giving us an indication that this type of superintelligence is about to occur. And so I call this a universal accord.
Hmm.
And in my book, I use the acronym. The word accord is an acronym.
Mm.
So ACC stands for align, control, contain,
Contain. Yep.
or D, danger, right? So
That's nicely done.
yeah,
Yes.
the word itself
I like
acts
it.
as an acronym. So you wrote a book very similar with the same concerns that I have. And what made you think this is something we really got to focus our attention on now?
Yeah. First, I just want to say I appreciate that elaboration and that you were, thinking about this so long ago. And for some of the listeners who aren't quite aware, that OpenAI, the makers of your Chat GPT and GPT-4, they, in theory, have in one of their founding documents, if we're close to AI, we have to be very careful, or AGI, or more powerful general models. And if someone else is close, maybe we'd even stop working on it. Now we'll see how that works in practice, given capitalism and how governance works. But to your question, I've been, interested, concerned for a couple decades. Right, AI is happening. There's projections. The future is very uncertain. I didn't quite see a role for myself because I thought I'm not a technical specialist. I'm not really in that field,
Well,
but I have spent a lot of time trying to explain complex ideas more simply. And when, we'll say March, April 2022, April, May, a new model came out and people started to have an oh moment, right? Like this is ChatGPT came out in November 2022.
that's right.
So several months before that, about six, there were just a couple AI developments that happened that people in the space kind of woke up even more. They knew things were going to happen. They thought they were going to happen quickly, but things happened even more quickly than people thought. And some of the projections on when very powerful models would be reached, they dropped about 10 years into 2 weeks. So what used to be in the 2040s became in the 2030s. And I thought, oh, okay, this is happening much sooner than we thought. And at the moment, in terms of people who are concerned about AI safety and risk, there wasn't really a book for everyone. There are some excellent books by academics, scientists, and professors, people in the field, very knowledgeable, but it's not really for everyone. Not people without a technical background, but even without a science background. As much as we might like science and math, a lot of people don't, or they have bad memories of it from high school. So my
Mhm.
book is really designed to like lead you all the way. You don't have to know what artificial intelligence means, and everything's explained in a very accessible way while still trying to get some of these key ideas about. Anyway, so the idea was just to try to fill that gap where at the moment there's still no book dedicated to AI safety. We'll probably see that change in the next months or years,
Oh,
given
for
the
sure.
interest in the space.
Yeah, absolutely.